Various reasons why students are not progressing. It could be that they are lazy, it could be that they have a learning disability, and some of the students can genuinely try their best, but despite all that, they are still not progressing. And some of them could be that they have prepared everything that needs to be prepared, and then during the exam time, they became nervous. So there are many reasons that a student is not progressing. But oftentimes, a tutor might feel that probably they have failed somehow in order to encourage and help the student. And I used to go through that before too. It can really haunt us, those negative thoughts. But at the end of the day, we need to recognize that not everyone learns the same way. Everyone is different, and different child have their own ability, and they all learn quite differently. So the responsibility of a tutor is to continue to encourage and to assist a student until they succeed. So in this video, I'm going to talk about 5 things that we can do in order to help the student to progress. Let's begin. The first point is that, are we covering too many subjects? Sometimes the parents might ask a tutor to cover 3 or 4 subjects, only 1 lesson a week. So you can imagine if only 1 lesson a week for 1.5 or 2 hours, and they cover too many subjects, so obviously it's going to stiffen the student's progress. So number 2 is that it is important for us as a tutor to comment on whatever progress that the children is making, because at the end of the day, all students are different, and we cannot compare an individual student with another student. All of them have different cultural background, experience, ability. And for a student, it could well be that it is already a breakthrough. The student has already done really well, but from the perspective of the tutor or the parent, it could be that we are over-expecting. So whatever little progress that the student is doing, we need to commend them and give them confidence. That is a sure way to help them to be able to progress as much as they can. So the third point is that we can try to find out about their weaknesses. So we can get that from the exam, the past exam that they just had, and see which questions or which topic that the student need further assistance. And then from there, we are able to implement strategies that is applicable to assist the student. It is mindful that we try to avoid criticizing the student in any way, because at the end of the day, what we are trying to achieve is a positive learning environment, and we are trying to encourage them to do their level best. So if we continue to be upbuilding and encouraging in assisting the student, we can set a nice pace in order for the students to progress further as time goes by. Point number 4 is to communicate with the student as well as the parent. So we can ask the student how they feel about our teaching. Is there something that we can improve on? Is there something that we can look into in order to make the lesson more interesting? It could be that the student is too shy, so we can look into that aspect and to reassure the student that not to become shy, and that they can always ask questions whenever they are not sure of something. So it is a matter of reassuring the student, and as mentioned earlier, we need to see what are the new strategies that needs to be implemented. For example, they could have a weakness in a certain topic, so probably we are going to drill in that particular topic for the next few weeks and lots of practice relating to that. So that will help the student to become more confident and to be assured that he'll get a better mark next time. For the parents, it is important for us to remain confident and to give the confidence to the parent that we are committed to be very sure that we are going to help the parent to succeed further, and that we are trying whatever learning, planning approach, strategies that we need to use in order to help the student to progress from now on. So it's important. The point number 5 is ourselves. We need to overcome our psychology. We need to tell ourselves that giving up is never an option. So this is something that we need to remind ourselves time and time again. There is no giving up on the student. We need to keep on striving to help the student. It is not easy because sometimes our negative thoughts and emotions can haunt us, and it may make us feel that we have failed somehow, and then we need to give up on the student. So we have to avoid that and keep on thinking that at the end of the day, the responsibility of a tutor is to be able to keep on teaching and encouraging the student, never give up on the student, and try to help them to achieve their level best. And at the end of the day, when we have a positive disposition, that can really show the way we perform in front of the student. Because at the end of the day, if we are not confident and we show signs of negativity, it will really show in the way we communicate with the student, and the student can really feel it if a tutor is losing confidence and is not able to assist the student anymore. So whenever we show a really positive vibe and confidence, that would really continue to reassure the student that the student is going to have to make very good progress as time goes by. So I have two experiences over here that I'd like to share with you. When I went through challenges such as this one years ago, that have to do with a child. I was teaching him swimming at the time, and I remember that wow, he was like very, shall I say that he was very fearful of the water. So when I tried to encourage him to swim, I was not able to get near the student in any way. He's whenever I get near to the student, he would just shout and cry. So imagine trying to teach a student how to swim, and the student would not even allow you to get near him. So that was the situation at that time. I think he was about probably around 4 or 5 years old. So I keep on trying different approach in order to reach him. But as soon as I'm near him, he would just get really uncomfortable, and there's no way that he's going to enter the pool. So we keep on trying. I tried for 9 months, and after that, somehow we achieved a breakthrough. We noticed that after that, he started to respond and react, and then after that he went through this hump, and he was able to progress really well after that. And I was very happy to see, and I noticed that the mom, she was like in tears at the time when she see her child started to swim. And that was a really nice sight. So at the end of the day, the parent, the tutor cannot give up on the student, keep on helping them to overcome whatever fear or psychological fear that they are experiencing. That way, we can be assured that the student will make progress at his own time. So that was an experience. And another experience I can remember is also with swimming. And the student was a 9-month-old Japanese student. So imagine, in the pool, I was trying to assist her, and she was like always crying. So whenever during the lesson I tried to help her, she would always be crying. And imagine, that was a very scary sight. But I try not to lose hope. I try to keep on trying to reach her, trying to gain her trying to make her feel comfortable, and trying to teach her. And I noticed that in due time, I think it took about 6 months, and after that she started to respond well. and then from then on we see more and more progress. So at the end of the day, each child need to go through a certain challenge. When they go through a psychological hump, then they'll start to progress. So it's important for us as tutor to keep on pushing forward and keep on encouraging them, and to be sure that in due time they'll be able to make good progress. So hopefully this video can help you in a certain way, and I'll see you again in the next video.